All right, Game Awards just happened. Elden Ring won. Some dude went on stage, talked about Bill Clinton, but there's an unsolved problem with the Game Awards. I'm here to find out what it is. I'm assuming it's stuff like God of War winning multiple, and I mean multiple awards, yet it just came out last month. But one way to find out.
Is huge. Everybody probably knew that already, but let's throw at you some numbers that will let you fully realize just how fucking huge games have gotten. I live in a small Slavic country, and minimum wage here is about 39,000 dinars, which is about...
Oh, shout out to the guy that we did a live stream for the Game Awards. He donated 10,000 Siberian dinars or something like that. I appreciate it. Excuse me. Shout out Siberia. Serbia, sorry.
Which means...
Well, you use euros, bro. I don't know how much 300 euros is. Come on, USA, baby.
if you worked at some place that pays you more or less this amount of money every single month for the entire year, you would earn about 4,080 euros.
How much is... Oh, thank you.
For the entire
$4,000.
year, you would earn about 4,080 euros.
$4,000 a year? You got me messed up. No way.
Fortnite, on comparison, makes 5,000 in a minute. Yeah,
That's
but that
crazy.
is only one really successful game, Gaming Jesus. It doesn't mean every game makes as much money. Well, Warzone makes 3,600 in a minute, Apex
Damn.
makes 1,000, League of Legends
Okay.
makes 2,800, fucking FIFA makes around $2,000, and those motherfuckers just release
Make a
same
new game
every
every-
single year. Sorry for the rant, but I have a point to make, so...
You do, dude. You already made a point about the gaming industry in general, just talking about FIFA.
Stay to the end. The concept of Game Awards sounds simple. Hold an event by the end of every year where popular celebrities will declare the best game that came out during that year. There are two main problems that come up with it, which I will discuss in this video.
Gotta go fast. Oh, nice edit.
In most sport competitions, you can easily declare best out from all competitors. It's usually decided by who beats the other, who is the fastest, who has better built body, who is better swimmer. The conditions are easy to follow, beat the competition and stand on the top. But in video game industry, how do you choose one to be the best?
I think you go based off of not just sales, but relevancy. So the game comes out like Fall Guys, and nobody played it for a minute, and then for some reason it got super popular, and then next thing you know, it's not popular anymore. You can't really say that's the game of the year, right? But if a game came out wildly successful and several months later, years later, and it's still being played, like TF2, you could say that one is definitely a success. Whenever, 20 years from now, someone makes like the greatest games ever created, top 1,000 games ever created, Team Fortress 2 needs to be on the list because of how relevant it is. Literally, one person is still working on development for Team Fortress 2, yet still has thousands of players concurrently. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of ways to determine, but just sales definitely shouldn't be one of them.
Game Awards don't have the same ruling
very
as sports
hard.
competition. So the winner is decided by these judges from highly profitable companies. Games are vastly different from one another, so you can't compare them as easily. Games either excel at one thing or are good at all of them, so you can't confidently point your finger at one game and say it is certainly better than the other.
True.
This year's nominees are Action Adventure Stealth Game, Open World Dark Souls, one kiddie game, one shitty game, and RPG Virgin Simulator.
RPG Virgin Simulator. God damn. Hold on. She ain't really got that much, but she got something. But golly, I see what you mean by Virgin Simulator. Look, this the players right here, little boys, and they want grown women. Yeah, good luck, buddy. Good
Now
luck.
place your hand on my chest.
What?
How can you compare something like this
Katie's amazing. Also about a war.
with something like this? These
because they both give you good vibes. That's the only way you can really compare them. You can't compare the gameplay, but you can compare the feeling. How did you feel playing God of War? How did you feel playing Stray? Did they both when the credits rolled on both of them, did you feel satisfied? If yes, you felt satisfied playing both. You're gonna feel satisfied for different reasons, but which one made you feel more satisfied, or which one had a lasting effect of satisfaction? When I beat Stray, I was like, man, this game is awesome, and I immediately played it again. Right, beat it again, and I was like, man, that's great. I haven't touched Stray since. When I played God of War, I haven't played Ragnarok. When I played God of War, I played it on the hardest difficulty. When I beat it, I was like, man, this is amazing. I touched New Game Plus a little bit, and then I never touched it again. But I still had fun playing both games. So it just comes down to which one are you still playing, or do you think about playing? Sometimes I think about booting up God of War again just because it's a great adventure. I don't really think about booting up Stray again. One, because I've already done pretty much everything in Stray. But two, it's just super linear. There's not really much to do. You know, you have some areas of exploration, but not many. So, yeah.
These two should not be in the same category, even though God of War is certainly my favorite of these nominees. I can't just bash on the Stray, with its interesting take on storytelling and gameplay. If someone told me that they enjoyed Stray more than God of War, I would completely understand that, because they are both very good games, but different nonetheless. Same problem happens at the Oscars, and now the entire event has no credibility in the movie industry. And same is bound.
That slap, man. That slap. I didn't even know about the Amy Schumer Spider-Man. All I knew was the slap, man. That's it.
To happen to Game Awards sooner or later. Or maybe it already did.
A lot of people were shitting on the Game Awards for many of years. I think they're getting better.
Next problem. Every year, thousands of most skilled and knowledgeable gaming journalists are selected to compete in a huge battle royale where only 10 of them can survive. Then the
Bro, what is wrong with Speed, bro? What is wrong with him?
chosen 10 or at least that's how higher ups at Game Awards think it is.
Yeah.
Winners are determined by a blended
Persona
vote between the
5.
voting jury, which makes about 90%, and public fan voting, which
Yeah, the public don't get that big of a say, which is the exact same for U.S. U.S. elections. You don't vote for the president. You vote for your party, or like you vote for your part of the electoral college to vote, and they're supposed to vote off your behalf. You don't get your vote. You get to vote for somebody else to vote for you, and they might not even vote for you at the end of the day.
which makes about 10%. Voting jury consists of over 100 leading media, and their vote has the most credibility. It's still nice that they give at least 10% of the decision to the fans, but honestly those 10% mean nothing at this point.
True.
If juries decided on one game to be the best, the decision
what it
is
is.
already set in stone, and vote of majority at this point means nothing. So why give fans even a chance to vote?
Well, the illusion of choice is very important too. If there was like, oh, the Game Awards is coming up, but nobody gets to vote for it, that loses a lot of the personal gain. Like, there's a reason why a lot of people are upset that God of War lost, is because they voted for God of War, but it didn't win. Yet there's people that voted for Elden Ring and it won. So it feels like they contributed to the success, which they did. Regardless of how minuscule, the help was, they still helped.
Well, it's a free promo and it raises awareness of the coming event. So this
Absolutely.
raises a question. Who is the most credible to judge?
Oh my god, dude. This guy here, man. This guy here. Oh my god.
Gaming journalists don't know shit
no.
about games.
New Super Mario Bros. Wii is a tough game.
Oh
Old school
my
tough.
Poly-
This reminds me of another debate. Who is more credible to say whether a game is broken or if it's good or bad? Is it the players or the developers? Like a lot of people would say, "Oh, the developers know most about the game," when really, no. The developers know a lot about the game, right? They developed it, they created it, but it comes down to the players to find the loopholes or the optimizations. The speed runners, they know the game. They broke the game. They know it more than the developers. Like whenever you see the developers of a fighting game go against like the best players, the developers aren't always the best players. So it's definitely a lot of different things that go into like the game awards, or if the game is good, or who's the best at the game, or should the developers nerf or buff stuff. They don't know. They don't play as hard as we do. They just look at the numbers. And so it's a lot, man. It is a lot.
Polygon is jury, while they have journalists who can't even play first-person shooter.
And look, it's kind of hard, right, for me to look at this and like, oh, he's bad. Why is he get a vote? Well, yeah, he's bad at the game, but he's still important. And I say this as someone who works with Gamers Little Playground, 2 million subscribed channel. We play damn near every new game that comes out to record and upload on YouTube. We're not the best at every game. We only have 5 people, right? I'm the guy that does like the shooters, the stealth games, and the fighting games. So that's how we break it up. I'm not good at RTS, so you'll never see me make a RTS video for Gamers Little Playground. But when it comes down to like Call of Duty, I play Call of Duty on Realism. It has like 100,000 views. I thought I did amazing, right? And if you look at the gameplay, I did do great. I did amazing. There's only a couple moments where they either say, "Oh, what is that?" Like at one point, I threw a flashbang at one of your teammates' head. I didn't throw it at his head. I threw it at the door, and then he put his head in the way. Yeah, everyone took that as, "Oh my god, I can't believe you threw it at his head." Other moments, it's realism. I can't just see enemies. You don't just pop your head out and just, "Oh, where's the enemy? There he is." No, I have a machine gun. I pop my head out. I spray that shit. Why? I was in the military. You don't just pop your head out and look for the enemy. If you have a big ass gun, you just shoot it. And a lot of people that don't have military experience will look at my video and say, "You can't aim. You're just shooting. You're not trying to shoot them." And yeah, I was trained to shoot, just shoot. In real life, people duck. In video games, they're AI. They don't just duck, they don't just hide. Unless suppression is a mechanic of the game, they're not going to do that. But at the same time, it's realism. It's when I think realism, I think the people that are in the military that watch this. I didn't think about really the civilians that don't know anything. So when I pulled my machine gun out and I was suppressing the area, a lot of military people have been like, "Man, that is a great suppression." Other people saw it as, "Wow, you can't aim for shit." So it's kind of hard for me to just say, "Man, these gaming journalists, they don't know how to play." They might not know how to play this game, or maybe they're just not like they just started it. Like, isn't this the beginning level of Doom? Like, am I really to expect the guy at Polygon that just got given this game and he's played a couple shooters, but you don't just start every shooting game knowing everything. Like, yeah, he was missing the aiming, right? So that's easy, but maybe his sensitivity wasn't on right. You can see he's trying to strafe his shots into it. Maybe he just didn't have the sensitivity right. Maybe it's too high. Like there's a lot of variables, man. It's not just, "Oh, this guy sucks." Now, the Cuphead guy, I can't defend him at all because this Cuphead shit, the game is telling you what to do. I can't and someone still chose to upload this video instead of say, "Hey, go back and try it again." That's on them. But when it comes to like, he tried to shoot him. He was barely
Can't
missing.
even play
He was
first-person
missing.
shooter.
He was barely missing. Like his reticle's on it, so he's trying to shoot. It's like, I can't just say, "Oh, he's just terrible," or "He's bad at shooting games." You're right, he's bad right now. I bet at the end of the game he was a lot better. But people don't care about the end of the game. Like when they watch a video, it's the first 10 seconds and then they click off. Or if it's a new game like this, they'll skim through it. There's no way people really sit and like a brand new game comes out, gaming journalists or someone like me, I get the game early and I release a hour walkthrough, whatever, hour gameplay. There's no way that people sit there for a whole hour and watch the whole thing. I doubt it. Majority of people. Some people do, but most people just skim through. Okay, I'm looking for combat, or hey, I'm looking for parkour, and they just skim through it. That's it. Whenever we do a job like this, there's nobody that's working in the gaming industry that's like, I'm gonna do a bad job on purpose. They're just, okay, let me play this game. That's it. And for people to just constantly critique them and scrutinize them, it's kind of frustrating because you guys don't know the struggle. And sure, you can say, oh, you're just crying, oh, whatever. But it's the truth, and that's just how I feel.
Or complain about characters in Witcher 3 being mostly white, even though the game is set in medieval Poland. IGN.
Where all
It
the
is a
white
little
people are.
something for everyone.
The Verge doesn't know how to build a fucking PC. Vice? What the fuck is Vice doing here? Don't they primarily make...
Yeah, what is Vice doing there, honestly? I didn't know they know anything about gaming. I thought Vice was just crazy, oh, this weed shop will make you high as hell, or they used to cover war stories, but they stopped doing that.
documents about real Breaking Bad characters?
My name is Walter White, and I'm a mess cook.
I'm not gonna bitch anymore on these gaming journalists, as there are far too many YouTube videos discussing that already, and I don't want to make another one. But then the solution is obvious, just give fans 100% vote.
No. You think people are mad now? The justification is definitely just, hey, we only had 10% of the vote. You can blame Polygon or whoever. When it comes down to every individual person, hell no.
That is fucking terrible idea.
Exactly.
Do you really want to give
Facts.
gaming fans credibility to
Facts.
choose the game of the year
Facts.
every single year?
Facts.
Maybe you're telling yourself, but I have a good taste and I can objectively rate games.
No.
I'm a good gamer.
If that was true, why don't you do it professionally if you're that damn good?
Well, brother, that makes only the two of us because most of the gaming fandom is
Hell no.
fucking broken.
Hell no.
Do you remember Cyberpunk? Well, before it came out, everyone praised the shit out of it.
I am giving Cyberpunk 2077 a 9 out of 10.
If you had high expectations for a technical tour de force that
remember
raises
this
the bar for what video games will look like in the future, Cyberpunk 2077 delivers.
Cyberpunk 2077 is gonna surpass all of them by a mile.
Dude, and Young, yeah, he fucked up on this one because he was going off what Skill Up said. Skill Up said, oh, this is amazing and stuff like that. I remember this video. This is the video that made me unsubscribe from Young, yeah. And Skill Up. When they were like, yeah, this game, when Skill Up said, what I played was amazing and it was probably the greatest experience and you guys are going to get your hopes up. I mean, you guys are going to, it's going to live up to all expectations. Young, yeah, saw Skill Up's video, then made a video saying, well, from everything I've heard, it's going to surpass all expectations. This is taken a little bit out of context, but he was going off of what somebody else said. He didn't get to play the game early, right? So I unsubscribed from him for a reason. It definitely wasn't a smart thing to do. Everybody gets caught up in the hype. I understand that. A game you're super excited for that took years to come out. You want it to be successful. But Cyberpunk was a terrible, terrible slap in the face. And it makes everybody that supported it before it came out looked terrible. 100% terrible. And I just can't back them off of that.
It's just, it is that good. The state of the game is, at best, unacceptable, at worst, downright unplayable.
Those are only the popular influencers, so it doesn't mean that the majority of gamers will have the same shitty opinion as them.
It doesn't, but at the same time, they're the popular ones for a reason. Other people support people that they believe in. Every time somebody's like, yeah, I agree with that, they're subscribed and they make them popular. I mean, I'm just saying.
But people are easily influenced by either media or these fake
Exactly.
YouTubers, which would give them no
Exactly.
credibility at this point. During the making of this video, there also started a new drama between Sonic and Genshin Impact fans,
What?
which just proves my point.
What?
Even though I ranted
Why?
during this entire video, I still think it's amazing how big gaming industry is at this point.
It is.
Even though the process of choosing the game of the year is flawed, for me it's still enjoyable experience. We get to see new releases, premieres, music orchestras, lot of beloved and respected celebrities in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
That's something that I find truly astonishing, as I've played a lot of games since I was born and continue in doing so. Thank you for watching and see you next time.
Man, the new Need for Speed is such a grindy and annoying fucking mess, man. Really, I had fun with it. I thought the art style was cool, the story was alright, but just the grinding for money was, oh my god. It made me feel like this should be a Ubisoft game and you should just pull out your credit card to get a better car, because this shit was so fucking terrible. But that was a great video. Gaming Jesus. Wow. I hope you get more famous and you decide to change your name, but if you don't, hey, it is what it is. Great video. Yeah, I mean, I said everything I needed to say. It's your boy Miss. Comment, rate, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.